How did your career change after the Cro Copa KO in the first fight?
The first fight was I started to be a professional. Before that, I was with different jobs and making my living with different way. And after the fight, I started to be 100% professional fighter.
And you said you made a mistake in the second fight that cost you the fight. So, do you feel more regret about losing the fight or getting beat up, since you could have avoided that?
Actually, that's a fight. I did. Everybody that saw the fight, I did completely dominate the fight the first round. I wasn't in the best of my shape, and I make a mistake because he's a southpaw and was putting the head in the wrong side. He elbowed me and he jizzed me, and he capitalized on top of that. So that can happen in any fight. I was happy with the performance until that point. So one mistake cost me the fight, but that's how the life is.
So you fought like everybody in the heavyweight division and had some great fights. What's the goal in this phase of your career? Do you think you can still go for the belt?
Yeah, G's division, everybody can see that change really fast. Mark Hunt just come back from a different event. When he arrived in UFC, nobody was giving him the respect that he deserved, and he started to win everything, and he just showed up everybody. Then heavyweight division, if you have the skills, you can go to the belt in 3 or 4 fights.
Not long time ago, you wanted to get back to your roots of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and really focus on that. You got a couple of wins, and now you have a couple of losses and then a win again. What is the strategy now going forward to get back to the top of the heavyweight division?
Definitely a big part of my game is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I use my Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in every single fight. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, in my opinion, is the best self-defense you can do to yourself or your life. But UFC is a game, have rules, and the rules is not the best rules to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. If you take too long on the ground, the referee gonna bring you stand up. You start standing, if you break up, the referee gonna bring you stand up. If I'm trying to put the guy down and he holds the fence, the referee gonna stop, advertise him, and let the fight stay standing. So a lot of rules that doesn't help with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So you need to be smart, use Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu on the fight as you can.
Have you thought about going to maybe a bigger camp, at the end of your own camp, to get some a bit more competitive training partners?
That's one of the best things you can do, but I have my family, and my family is in first. But if I have opportunity to go to good places and train with good guys, I would. But I have to take care of the other side of my life too. We are professionals, we are fighters, but everybody have their own life too. And sometimes it's hard to change your own life just for 2 or 3 months.
How many more years do you want to fight for?
I don't care. If I feel comfortable with my body, my confident with my skills doing my fights, I'm gonna still fight. But if I feel that I'm starting losing too much, not losing fights, losing technique and timing of fight, then I stop. But until now, I feel confident.
What's your prediction against Derrickom Lewisom on Sunday night?
My prediction is going to be a tough fight because he's a big guy, but other than that, I believe I have the skills to win the fight.
Can you say Derrickom Lewisom has some good boxing credentials, and he didn't have a full camp, so he's going to come out guns blazing. How do you plan to stop that in the first round?
Be smart, timing him. He's a big guy, and as big you go, easy to predict the movements you have. So I'm gonna try to read him and avoid his big power.
And your last fight was your first decision win. So it seemed like you were kind of tentative. You didn't, attack fully. Do you regret that decision?
Oh no, I did a really good fight to don't get hurt. I tried to avoid his knockout out in the same way. I locked him in a Kimura lock, and he held his own pants. He was a little bit with Vaseline, so I didn't want to go 100% and lose the position. So I did control, I did everything I could to don't get hurt and win the fight.
You fought Cro Copa and Stipi Miočiću. Who hits harder?
Different ways, different fighters. I think Cro Copa is more powerful guy, but Miočiću is more technical. He go more for points until you see the opportunity to land harder.
And how do you predict the fight between Verdum and Miočiću?
It's hard to predict. I believe Verdum have a completely game to win the fight. But if Verdum trying to go to stand up with Miočiću and start to be more in Miočiću's favor.
And you already fought Ben Rothwell, who's in the main event tonight. So, and ever since you beat him, he's been doing really good. So do you think that loss inspired him?
Always when we lost, we pull something from the loss to learn something. I believe he started to put more time in a grappling game, in a BJJ game, and he have a couple submissions after the fight because he started to focus more in submission game too.
So what's your prediction for the main event?
That's another big fight. Is hard to predict because both have really strong hands, and I believe both are gonna try to stand up. And when two guys big hands stand up, one gonna come down, but we never know who.